She's sleepy. Man, that lawyer talked for too long. All right. I'm not muted. So that ding you heard was not someone telling me I'm muted. It's fine. I'm going to press play, and we're going to get our OJ on.
You reckon jurors to disregard that?
So you knew of it only from talking to someone else?
I gotta leave soon anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you under this foundation.
Sustain.
All right.
I mean, overrule. Proceed.
Thank you. Now, so you returned home, and was anyone at home when you returned home after 12:30 on now June 13th, 1994?
Yes.
And
Yes.
who was home?
Cato.
All right. Anybody else that you were aware was there?
No.
I think we know who she's talking about, but since we have two Catos here,
Sir,
Oh, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Yes, well.
Cato Catoing.
Cato the human being?
Yes.
Cato. All right. And when you returned home, where did you go at that point, if you recall?
To my room.
All right, that's it. Arnell's room, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And then do you know did you at some point go to sleep?
Yes.
And do you know what time approximately you went to bed and went to sleep?
It had to been around 1 o'clock, between 1 and 1:30.
When you returned home, did you notice anything unusual at all?
No.
About the residence? Now, if you went to bed and went to sleep about 1:30 or thereabouts, there come a time that you were awakened on the morning hours of June 13th, 1994.
Yes.
Describe for the court and jury the circumstances that you were awakened, ma'am, if you recall.
I was awakened around between 5 and 5:30 by two gentlemen knocking at my door.
And these gentlemen knocking at your door, what did they say, if you recall?
They were knocking on my door, and they said that they had been outside ringing the bell, and that they needed to speak with somebody who lived at the house.
All right. I presume, having been in the bed, you were attired in your pajamas or whatever?
Yes.
All right. Did you get up at that point?
Yes.
And then tell us what happened at that point.
They had told me that they needed to get in touch with my father, and if I knew where he was.
All right. And what did you say in response to that?
I said that he wasn't home, but I didn't know where he was, but I knew how to get in touch with him.
All right. And then what happened after that?
We left out of my room, and I went to go to get my phone book to get in touch with somebody who would know where my dad was.
And when you say you went to get your phone book, I presume you didn't have your phone book with you at that point.
No, it wasn't.
And now I want you, with the court's permission, did you go to some location to get your phone book?
Yes.
All right. And you were talking to two men, were you?
Yes.
And these two people, were they Los Angeles Police Department detectives?
Yes.
And do you know their names now?
I believe Phillips and Lang.
All right. And can you just describe the person you think is Lang for us?
Lang would be the salt and pepper. He has more hair on him, and I think Phillips is the one with the mustache and the bald head.
What a man. Anyway, guys, guess what I started doing last night? For you. I put myself through this for you. I started to find the part of the trial where it's inappropriate to play out loud. Inappropriate is not even the right word to describe it. So we have a lot of things that are inappropriate for court, right? This is outstandingly, unfreaking believably inappropriate. Oh, you don't have to do that. Thank you, Zach. But yesterday, so I was told it's around September 5th is when they start playing the Furman tapes. Yo. So I decided to play it extra safe. And I went back to August, and I watched ahead, OJ in August. Thank freaking God I did, because guess what? They were wrong. It absolutely starts being inappropriate in August. So I am finding those videos, recording those videos, and just bleeping out the offensive words so that you will still be able to hear the testimony, and you can insert offensive word in bleeps however you want. And that's not my... But just know, none of it's going to be played on here, except... Guys, there's so many. There's just so many. And I am a human being. It's not like AI is bleeping out these freaking offensive words for me. I have to find all the offensive words and bleep each one out. And I am not a perfect person. You know, if I have 1% wrong, are you guys going to take me in front of a judicial review board? I'm going to do my best to bleep them all out. But I will also warn you guys when we get close that offensive words may happen. They did happen. We're just rewatching history and they already happened. So I'm not worried about YouTube. Nah. No, not worried about YouTube at all. Whatever. I am worried about offending people. Real live people. Screw YouTube. People I don't want to offend. Because it is very, it's not like light. It's just like boom, 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 over. We should, I'm thinking of the P. I'm thinking of a P word I could put in there instead. Just can't help it. That's what I'm thinking.
You may have them reversed. Is it the one? There was one that had a bald head.
Yeah.
All right, let's call him Lang.
Oh, okay.
And the Phillips, the other one you said was describe him again. The
Salt
other
and pepper hair, older, bigger build.
one? All right. Let's for the time being call him Phillips.
Okay.
All right. Now, did
Have
you
it
have
switched.
okay? We have occasion then. You step down, and I want you to show the jury and the court the route that you took as you sought to get this number, so you can try to find your father. You can step all the way down if you want.
You want me to do what?
The question is, can you look at this diagram? We won't block the jury's and draw with the pointer there. The route that you took is you went to get your book to get the number to call to look at your dad.
Okay, out of here. This way.
All right, Your Honor, let me what you're doing. She's leaving, Your Honor, the Harry Mark Arnell's room, and she walks west to an area with some stairs. She goes up the stairs and proceeds past the pool. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Went around the north side of the house to an area marked driveway again on Peoples 66. And you went to an area marked entrance. Now, is that the entrance to the Rockingham residence?
Yes.
And what'd you do when you got to that entrance, ma'am?
I went over here to the kitchen, through the kitchen to
Okay,
the phone booth
Zach.
and then walked.
Except you're not as old as me. Josh, you're not as old as me. But that's Mad Libs right there. Right there is Mad Libs. And let me tell you, we never used appropriate words in Mad Libs, ever. We got those little books, and every word we wrote in the little blank spot was inappropriate and offensive. That was our fun. So we can't treat it like Mad Libs, or it would be like taking a fire and pouring gasoline on it, because I would make it much worse.
Get to my car.
All right, let's back up for a moment. When you got to the front door of the residence there, did you have to do anything before you got inside that residence?
I had to turn the alarm off.
There was an alarm on,
Yes.
and you turned the alarm off, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, when you walked this route you just described for the court and jury, was anyone accompanying you at that point?
Yes.
Who were?
The two detectives.
The two people you described earlier?
Yes.
Lang and Phillips?
Yes.
All right. And did you walked around the house and came to the front, and you took the alarm off before you went inside?
Yes.
All right, let me ask you specifically. Did you ever at any time walk from your residence here, where Mark Arnell's room, and go through some door here at the back of the house?
No.
When the alarm is on, is that possible?
No.
You can't go in that way, is that right?
No.
The alarm keypad is where?
In the front of the house.
So you went around to the front of the house and turned off that alarm, and then these two detectives came in behind you, is that correct?
Yes.
And you described for the jury that you went into the kitchen area, is that correct?
Yes.
They were still with you?
Yes.
Then after being in the kitchen area, you left to go some other place.
Yes.
Why'd you leave the kitchen area to go outside?
To get my phone book out of the trunk of my car.
All right, and there is a door, it's indicated, Your Honor, in the area, it's not marked kitchen, but it's a door on the side of the house above the garage area that Mrs. Simpson has indicated she went outside.
On the west side of
West
the
side.
house, approximately, 2/5 of the way up to the bottom of the diagram.
Very good, Your Honor. And you went outside, and where did you go?
To my car.
And that's the black Saab you described?
Yes.
And what did you get out of your car, if anything?
My phone book.
Okay, and then did the detectives come with you?
Yes.
Now, while you're taking this route or whatever, do you have any conversation with those detectives at all?
Yes.
And again, will you tell us, and you may resume the seat quickly. Which detective did you speak with, if you recall?
I spoke with, I'm confused with the names.
Okay, well, describe them.
The one with the mustache and the bald head.
All right, well, that's what we're going to call Lang.
Lang.
Okay. And during that period of time, what did you say to Detective Lang?
I had asked him that I really needed to know what was happening because I was nervous, and he needed to tell me what was going on.
All right, and did he respond to you what was going on?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
He had told me that Nicole, did I know a Nicole Simpson? And I said yes, and he said that she had been murdered and that there was somebody else with her.
And where were you when Detective Lang told you that?
Right outside in the back of my car.
This is after you'd come to the kitchen and gone out to get the daybook?
Yes.
When you heard that, how'd that make you feel?
I immediately started crying, and I had asked him, "Are you sure that it was Nicole?" And he said yes, and I said, basically I was just shocked. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what to do.
All right. If you know, was the other detective standing close to you at the time that Detective Lang told you this, or do you know where he was?
He was inside the house.
He'd remained inside the house when you came outside for your daybook?
Yes.
Before we go back inside the house and after this conversation, were there any other detectives you saw around there at that point?
Yes.
And at what point did you see them?
After I had come back inside the house, and
Do you understand that initially when you first were awakened and walked around, you only saw the two, is that correct?
I saw three.
Okay, you saw another one?
Yes.
Where'd you see the third one?
The third one was in front of Caitlin's room.
Kaylin's room?
Yeah.
Can you describe that person, or do you know that person's name now?
Yes.
What's that person's name?
Mark Furman.
And what was he doing in front of Kaylin's room, if you could describe for us what you saw?
They were talking.
All right. When you walked that route past Kaylin's room, were they talking at that point?
Yes.
All right, so you walked past them.
Yes.
And did you ever see a fourth detective when you were on your way up to the front?
Yes.
And where was that fourth detective?
He was further.
It makes me sick to my stomach that she had to interact with Furman. It makes me ill thinking that she had to be anywhere near him.
Can I show you?
You can show us if that's okay with the court.
Yes.
I gotta go, guys. I'll see you all again soon.
This is
I'll
in
be
the
back
area
soon.
that,
I mean, I gotta go.
Appears to be the patio area adjacent to the pool.
Thank you. And do you know that person's name? Was that Van Adder?
Yes.
Detective Van Adder?
Yes.
All right. Now, did you see Van Adder, Detective Van Adder, at that location when you were walking up the first time?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so is that a
Yes.
yes?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So as I understand it then, you left your residence, and as you walked, you saw Mark Furman having a conversation with Kato Kaelin.
Yes.
Were they inside the room or outside the room?
Cato was standing in his doorway, and Mr. Furman was standing outside the door.
All right. You walked up those stairs, and as you could proceed on your way, heading kind of northbound on the property, you saw Detective Van Adder somewhere in the patio area by the pool. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. And you continued on with Lang and with Phillips. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after you got your daybook out of the back of your vehicle, did you have occasion to go someplace at that point? Did you go someplace?
Yes.
And where'd you go?
I went back inside the house into the kitchen.
All right. When you got back in the kitchen, tell us what happened at that point.
Then I had called Kathy Randa,
And let me stop you there. Who is Kathy Randa?
my father's assistant,
All right. And you called Kathy Randa. And why did you call her?
to find out where my father was.
All right. And did you ascertain that?
Yes.
And after you found out where he was, did you communicate that to any of the police officers, if you recall?
Yes.
Did you tell, which of the two did you tell? Do you remember you told Lang or Phillips, or who'd you tell?
I believe I told both of them.
Okay. Tell them both?
Yes.
And you tell them he was in Chicago?
I didn't know where he was, but I knew he was out of town.
All right. And after you found out where he was, you found out from Kathy Randa where he was?
Yes.
And you then told him where he was?
Yes.
All right. And you were, now at this point, in your kitchen area there, tell the jury who all was present.
Lang and Phillips.
All right. At this point, you didn't see Van Adder or Furman. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What did you next see happen with regard to the kitchen area and the phones therein?
I called Kathy and told Kathy that I had some really bad news. And then I started to cry, and I handed the phone over to, I believe, Lang, and then they had a conversation.
All right. So when you say they, you mean Detective Lang and
Kathy
Miss Kathy
Randa.
Randa had a phone conversation?
Yeah.
After that, and again, when you say Lang, do you mean the one with the with less hair on top and mustache?
This is
Yes.
Lang, leading counsel.
All right. When you say Lang, can you describe that person?
The guy with the mustache and hair loss. The one with the bald head.
All right. Okay, so then after this conversation, after Lang had concluded the conversation with Kathy Randa, did you hear or see one of the police officers place a phone call?
Yes.
And did that take place how soon after the conversation with Kathy Randa?
Can you repeat that question?
Okay. At the time the conversation concluded between Lang and Kathy Randa, how soon was another phone call made in that kitchen area or wherever?
There wasn't a conversation, not on, by the detectives.
Okay.
We waited.
Okay, you waited.
Yes.
Did you at some point become aware that one of the detectives, Phillips or one of them, placed a call to your father?
I believe that Kathy had called, said that she can get in touch with my father, and my father called the house.
All right. You think he called the house?
Yes.
All right. Do you know whether or not, whenever the phone call came in, whether your dad, who did he speak to at that point, if you recall? One of the detectives or you or what?
He spoke with one of the detectives.
All right. Do you recall which detective it was that he spoke with?
I don't recall that.
Could you hear one side of the conversation, could you?
Yes.
You could hear what the detective was saying?
Yes.
And do you recall which detective it was at this point?
No, I don't recall which detective it was.
It was one of those two.
Yes.
Either Lang or Phillips, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And at this point, were you pretty upset?
Very.
You were crying?
Yes.
You were distraught?
Yes.
And so you heard the conversation between you heard what the detective said, is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And at some point during that conversation, did you have occasion to speak to your dad, Mr. O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
How did that happen?
The phone was passed over to me, and my father had asked me what was going on, and I said, Dad, Nicole is dead. She's not here with us anymore. And he said, I'm not.
Sustained.
Let me rephrase that. The detective, you heard the detective saying something into the phone, is that correct?
Yes.
And then the phone was passed over to you at some point?
Yes.
And did you recognize the voice of the person on the other end of the phone?
Yes.
Without telling us what that person said, was that your dad?
Yes.
You recognize his voice?
Yes.
And how did he sound to you at that point?
Very upset, emotional, confused.
All right. Did you then have a conversation with your father?
Yes.
How long approximately did that conversation last?
About 5 minutes at the most.
Were you still also very upset?
Yes.
Your Honor, would this be?
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our mid-morning recess. Please remember all my admonitions to you. We'll stand in recess for 15, and Ms. Simpson, you may step down, come back in 15 minutes, please. All right? Let's have the jurors, please. Deputy McNamara. Let the record reflect that we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. And Ms. Arnell Simpson, would you resume the witness stand, please? All right, just pull the microphone close to you, please. And Mr. Cochran, you may continue.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. You okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, Ms. Simpson, just before the break, we took our break, we're talking about the brief 5-minute conversation that you had with your dad on the phone. And you described for us how he appeared distraught in his remarks to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how were you at this time?
Upset, emotional, crying.
Now, with regard to your conversation with the detective, which I think you said was Lang, describe for us what he said to you exactly during this time frame. What did Lang say to you about Nicole Brown Simpson's death, etc.?
He had said to me that Nicole had been murdered and that there was another body with her.
And do you recall him saying anything else to you at that time?
No.
All right. So after he made the statement and after the phone had been passed to you by the detective and you spoke with your dad, you described how he was, what then happened after that, ma'am?
Can you say that
What
again?
happened after that?
After?
After you finished talking with your dad. I'm sorry.
Oh, at that point, I'd asked if Nicole's mother knew. And he said, no, do you know how to get in touch with her?
Okay, now when you said you asked that, who did you ask that of?
Tulane.
All right. And when he asked you whether or not you knew how to get in touch with her, what did you say?
I said yes.
All right, and then what happened at that time, if anything?
I had called Judy Brown.
All right. You knew you had her number.
Yes.
All right. Had any of the detectives at that point asked you at all about the Browns at all?
No.
All right. You were the first one to bring that up.
Yes.
All right. And after you brought it up, you then got Miss Judy Brown on the phone?
Yes.
And did you talk to her or try to talk with her?
Yes.
Describe for us what you did and what you said at that point.
I called Judy and I said, Judy, I have some really bad news for you. And I attempted to tell and I started crying and I gave the phone over to Lang.
All right. So you couldn't complete this conversation?
No.
You were still distraught, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So you then handed the phone back to the detective, and did you hear his conversation to Miss Judy Brown?
I was too emotional then. I wasn't really listening to what he was saying.
All right. But at any rate, you knew they had a conversation, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. This all took place in the kitchen area that's you've been describing for us?
Yes.
All right. You're still in the kitchen area?
Yes.
Now, during this time frame, have you seen any of the other officers? You've described for us, I think, Lang and Phillips and you being in the kitchen area. Have you seen any other detectives inside the house at this time?
No.
All right. Then, at some point, the conversation with Miss Judy Brown, Juditha Brown, rather, did that conversation conclude?
Yes.
And then what happened after that?
Then the detective told me that I needed to go pick up Justin and Sydney, that they were at the police station.
And your two minor siblings, is that right?
Yes.
And after you were told that, what did you do, if anything?
I told the detective that I couldn't go do this by myself, that I had to call somebody to help me.
All right. And did you call somebody then or at some later time?
I called at later time.
Okay. Now, how were you dressed when you were in the kitchen area? How were you attired at that point?
I had on pajamas.
All right, because you just got up.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Did you remain in the kitchen after they had indicated you should pick up your brother and sister?
No.
All right. Where did you go, if you recall?
I went to go into my room, and the phone rang then.
Went back to your room?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got there, the phone rang?
Yes, but it was on my way to the room, to my room.
All right. Did you answer the phone?
Yes.
And who was it?
My father.
All right. Did your father call back?
Yes.
And then you had this would be a second conversation with him?
Yes.
All right. You can't tell us what was said, but how did he appear to you during this conversation? What was his demeanor?
He was very upset. He was crying. He was saying, Arnell, I don't understand.
You can't tell us what?
Sorry.
Okay,
He was
sorry.
saying, he was very upset and emotional.
All right. Had you ever, at any time in your then 25 years, heard your father sound like that?
No.
This conversation, where did you take that phone? Where did you take that to have that conversation?
I had the conversation in the TV room.
All right. The TV room is the room that's, we've been to the residence. It's off the, well, you tell us, where's the TV room?
Okay. It would be somewhere around here.
All right. Grant, she's pointing to the center of the area of the house, to the right of the area marked entrance. It's in a line for you come in the front door, but further back in the house. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that a room that has like 3 TVs in a wall?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Mr. Cochran, let me see you and Mr. Clark for just a moment without the photo, please. All right, thank you, counsel. Mr. Cochran, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're talking about describing the 3 TVs in the TV room.
Thank you, Your Honor. The conversation, the second conversation you had with your dad was in the TV room. Is there a phone there in?
Yes.
Okay, and you were on your way back to your room when the phone rang and you then picked it up?
Yes.
All right. You described his demeanor. Now, you can't tell us what he said, but what did you tell your dad at that time with regard to what the police had told you?
Sustained.
Let me ask you another way. Did you say something to your dad during this conversation?
Yes.
And in the course of talking to your dad, did you tell your dad what, let me finish the question. Did you tell your dad what the police had told you? You said yes or no.
Yes.
And you can't tell us what he said. Did you tell him everything the police had told you?
Yes.
And after you finished talking with your dad and telling him what the police had told you, he was upset and distraught as you described?
Yes.
All right. Now, how long did this conversation last? The second conversation with your dad?
It was 5 to 10 minutes.
And on this occasion, did he talk to any detectives at all, if you know?
No.
Did he remain distraught throughout the entire conversation?
Yes.
Were you able to ascertain during that conversation when your dad was coming home?
No.
You knew he was out of town at that point?
Yes.
All right. Did you become aware at some point that he was coming home immediately?
Yes.
And when was that?
Later on, in that morning.
All right. All right, so then after this conversation with your dad, the second one, that conversation was concluded at some point, is that right?
Yes.
And where did you next go?
I went into my room to change, and I made some phone calls.
All right. So you went back to your room.
Yes.
And did you change clothes?
Yes.
All right. And who did you call at that point?
I called AC, Al Collins. I called my mother, I called my brother, and I called a friend.
All right. And these calls you all made from your room, is that correct?
Yes.
That was your phone?
Yes.
When you talked to your dad this second time, had the subject matter of the children and their whereabouts, had that come up at all?
Yes.
So the two of you talked about that?
Yes.
Again, with regard to the children, did you share with your dad what the police had told you about the location of the children?
Yes.
Did you tell your dad that you were going to get the kids?
Yes.
And so when you went back to your room, you made these phone calls you've described for us, is that right?
Yes.
And you mentioned calling him Mr. Collins, is that correct?
Yes.
And why'd you call him?
Because I wanted him to go with me to go pick up Justin and Sydney.
All right. Did you talk to your brother Jason?
Yes.
And you mentioned talking to a friend named Jonah? Did you
No.
mention talking to a friend? at that
Yes.
point? All right. Now, at some point after you finished these conversations, you were dressed. What happened after that?
I came back inside the house, and at that time, AC was on his way in. AC spoke with 2 of the detectives, and then the detectives told AC where the kids were, and then him and I went to go pick up Sydney and Justin.
All right, so now that we're clear, AC is Mr. Alan Collins that you described for us.
Yes.
And he did arrive, and about what time was it that he arrived in the early morning hours?
Had to have been around 6:30, a quarter to 7,
All right. In the best of your recollection, what time did the police first come to your door, if you know?
between 5 and 5:30
A.M.
a.m.
Now, when you left the kitchen area on the way through the family room area and had the second conversation with your dad, did you see any other police officers in the house at that time?
No.
When you went back to your room, did you see any police officers outside at that point?
Yes.
And describe for the jury what you saw and where they were located.
I saw Furman and Cato
Where were they?
standing a little bit further from the room that Cato was staying in.
In which direction, Ms. Simpson? You can stop all the way down to you.
Right around here.
She's now indicating an area, Your Honor, near the stairs or near the area depicting the stairs, partially in the patio area.
Appears to be the southernmost portion of the pool patio area.
Yes. And they were standing at that location?
Yes.
They still appear to be talking?
Yes.
They were still outside, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Did you see Detective Van Adder?
No.
All right. When you left out of the house, did you leave Lang and Phillips inside your father's house?
Yes.
Was there anybody else at home at that time?
No.
All right. And how long were you out in your room getting ready and making these phone calls?
10 to 15 minutes.
And after you got dressed and finished the phone calls, you came back inside the house?
Yes.
And what route did you take coming back into the house, if you recall?
Through the back door.
All right. And had you opened that back door yourself when you went out?
Yes.
After you'd finished the conversation with your dad in the family room, you went out through the back door.
Yes.
Can you point on the diagram again, people 66, where that back door is? All right. She's indicating, Your Honor, again on the easternmost part of the residence, an area which I presume appears to be a door leading from the residence.
Yes.
And so at that point, there were only 2 officers left in the house that you
Yes.
All right. Now, after you finished and you came back in after 10 or 15 minutes, where did you go when you before you met Mr. A.C. Collins?
Back to the kitchen.
Back in the kitchen area?
Yes.
When you got back there, who was present?
Nobody was in the kitchen.
All right. Where were the detectives at that point, if you know?
I didn't know.
All right. You just went back to the kitchen by yourself at this point?
Yes.
Did you see Lang?
No.
Did you see Phillips?
No.
Where was Furman at that point, if you know?
In the back speaking with Cato.
Still in that same area that you described him?
Yes.
Where was Van Adder at that point?
I don't know.
All right. And then how long did you stay in the kitchen before you became aware of Mr. Collins' presence?
Very shortly right after that,
He appeared
in the kitchen.
and you saw him in the kitchen.
Yes.
All right. Did you go and find a detective at that point? Or did the detective come
No.
in there?
No.
What happened?
One of the detectives came back inside the kitchen.
Okay. Do you remember which one it was? Can you describe him?
I believe it was Lang.
All right. And when he came back in, was there a brief conversation between Detective Lang and Mr. A.C. Collins?
Yes.
All right. Was the subject matter of that conversation deal with picking up the children?
Yes.
All right. And then how much time passed before you left the Rockingham residence that morning to go and try to pick up your brother and sister?
Between 15 and 20 minutes.
All right. About what time was it then by now that you were about ready to leave?
It had to have been around 7 o'clock, 7:15.
Again, these are your best estimates.
Yes.
All right. Did you and Mr. Collins leave at that point?
Yes.
And did you go to the police station?
Yes.
And did you arrange to pick up the children?
Yes.
You did pick them up.
Yes.
After you picked the children up, what did you do then?
We went back to 360 North Rockingham.
To your home, Rockingham?
Yes.
Keep your voice up.
Thanks.
Okay. So, do you know about what time it was that you actually left Rockingham to go pick up the children?
It had to have been around 7 o'clock, maybe 7:15.
All right. Now, when you left, you've already described for us that the housekeeper was not there at that point. Is that right?
No.
Was there any other adult other than Cato Kalin in and around 360 North Rockingham at the time that you left, other than the police officers?
No.
And when you left, where there were 4 police officers there, Mr. Cato Kalin was somewhere around there. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you see the 4 detectives and where they were when you left?
No.
So now you return back to Rockingham. About what time is it now?
Between 7:15 and 7:30.
All right. And when you come back, is it you and the children and Mr. Collins?
Yes.
All right. And where do you go when you come back in?
To the kitchen.
Do you see anybody inside the kitchen?
No.
All right. Do you see the detectives when you get back?
Not right away, no.
All right. At some point after you get there, do you see some or all of them?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us when you first observe a detective or detectives after your return from picking up the children at the police station.
I was in the kitchen, and one of the detectives had come through the kitchen.
All right. You were in there with the children?
Yes.
And with AC? Collins?
Yes.
All right. Which detective was it, if you recall?
I don't recall.
All right. Was one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have some conversation with him?
No.
All right. Did you see other detectives while you were back in your kitchen?
Yes.
And when was that?
In the period that I was trying to entertain the kids.
All right. You were trying to keep the children occupied, were you?
Yes.
And what were you doing?
Sydney had fallen asleep on the couch, and Justin was playing Nintendo, so I was playing with him.
There'd been no mention of the tragedy that happened, obviously.
No.
All right. So, what happened after that as you tried to entertain Justin?
One of the detectives, I don't recall which one it was, told us that we had to leave the house.
Had to leave your own house?
Yes.
All right. You don't recall which one it was?
No.
Where were you when he told you had to leave?
In the kitchen.
And when you were told that, what'd you do at that time, if anything?
At that point, I went to speak with AC.
All right. he
Mr.
was-
Collins.
Okay. Mr. Collins was somewhere in the house?
Yes.
All right. And did you have a conversation with him?
Yes.
Where did you have that conversation?
In the kitchen.
After that, was some decision made with regard to the children?
Yes.
Had you, at some point that morning, received a call from Miss Juditha Brown?
Yes.
She called you back?
Yes.
And when was that?
After we had picked up the kids and during the period that we were just in the kitchen.
So you were back at the location?
Yes.
And she called?
Yes.
You talked to her on the phone?
Yes.
Did the subject matter of the children come up during that conversation?
Yes.
And there was a conversation with you and Juditha Brown?
Yes.
At some point that morning, was a decision made to transport the children out to Juditha Brown's home in Orange County?
Yes.
And who was to do that?
Mr. Collins.
All right. Did he do that at some point?
Yes.
Was this after the police had said you had to leave the house?
Yes.
So he then left, is that right?
Yes.
When you got back home from the police station and picking up the children, did you see Cato Kalin at that point?
Yes.
And where was he?
He was in the bar area.
The bar area is generally where, and you might use the diagram again or use your pointer, as making in relation to the TV room that we just previously described, and the kitchen. All right, sure. She's again indicating an area in the southernmost portion of the residence area, the bar area. Not far from where that door is that you go out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And what was Mr. Kalin doing as he was seated in that bar area, if you recall?
Speaking with a detective.
Which detective was he speaking with, if you recall?
I believe it was Van Anner.
All right. Did you hear what they were saying?
No.
All right. So Mr. Collins leaves with the children. You're there now, and Cato's there. Is that right?
Yes.
And the 4 detectives are still somewhere around there. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What happens after that?
AC took the kids and took them to Laguna, and I went into my room.
You went back to your room?
Yes.
Okay. And once you got to your room, what'd you do then, if anything?
I was gathering my things, and the phone rang.
All right. You got another phone call?
Yes.
All right. Was your brother Jason there by this time?
No.
Was it your brother on the phone?
No.
Who called you then?
My father.
All right. You talked to your father again?
Yes.
This would be the third conversation with your dad that morning. Is that right?
Yes.
And again, you can't tell us about that conversation, but in talking to your father and hearing his voice, would you describe for the court and jury again his demeanor, how he seemed and how he appeared to you at that point?
Upset, out of control, distraught, emotional.
Had you ever in your life ever heard him like that before?
No.
Again, without telling us about that conversation, did the subject matter of that conversation concern when he was coming back to California?
Yes.
Is that when you found out when he was coming back?
Yes.
Did you ascertain he'd be coming back as soon as possible?
Yes.
On that date, June 13th?
Yes.
Was in that conversation that you found that out?
Yes.
How long did that conversation last?
5 to 10 minutes.
Were you able to tell him during that conversation anything with regards to the kids, the children, because you now have the children, right?
Yes.
Did that subject matter come up?
Yes.
And would I be correct in assuming that in that conversation, he was still in Chicago, was he?
Yes.
Your dad? Was anyone else present during that conversation other than you?
No.
Now, after that conversation, did you then get ready to leave the premises?
Yes.
Had you made some arrangements for someplace to go?
Yes.
All right. And by what time was it by now, if you recall? Your best recollection.
7:45, 8 o'clock.
All right. And what happened after that? Did you then leave the premises in your own car?
No.
Okay. Did somebody come and pick you up or take you?
Yes.
Somebody else came then?
Yes.
And who was that?
My brother Jason.
All right, and that's the gentleman we described earlier. And that's your sibling, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you are the oldest of the children?
Yes.
Okay, and he's next in line to you,
Yes.
right? He came, and did he come in the house also?
No.
You went outside the way he was?
Yes.
He did not come inside?
No.
And with regard to your car, did you try to take your car?
Yes.
And what happened when you said you
They
wanted to take your
told
car?
me that I wasn't allowed to take my car.
So although you had to leave, you couldn't take your car, is that right?
No.
So how did you finally leave the premises?
With my brother Jason.
So when Jason came, he was able to take you someplace, is that correct?
Yes.
And where did you go?
I went over to a friend's house.
And how long did you stay at this friend's house, if you recall?
The majority of the day.
Now, did there come a time when you had occasion to also speak with your mother, Miss Marguerite Thomas, on that date?
Yes.
Did you talk to her at all while you were still at the Rockingham residence?
Yes.
And where were you when you talked to her and made that call?
In my room.
All right. Was that just before you left or at some earlier time?
Some earlier time.
Was it the time before you went to get the children?
Yes.
All right. You told her what had happened?
Yes.
Did you have occasion to talk to her later on when you went to your friend's house?
Yes.
Did you stay at your friend's house pretty much all day?
Overruled. Well, then you need to object in a timely manner. Proceed.
Tell us what you did after you were at your friend's house.
I was at my friend's house the majority of the day. I had called Kathy at some point. I fell asleep, woke up. I was watching TV, just talking, crying.
All right. So you spent, how long did you stay at your friend's house? If you recall?
Until about 5:36.
Did the police, when the police told you had to leave your house, did they tell you when you could come back home?
No.
So later in the evening, after 5:30, did you find out whether or not you could come back home?
Yes.
All right. Was it after then that you left your friend's house and did you then come back to the Rockingham residence?
Yes.
And to the best of your recollection, Ms. Simpson, what time was it when you got back to Rockingham?
Around 6 o'clock, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock.
5:30, 6 o'clock on Monday, June 13th, is that correct?
Yes.
And so we have the time context. You had left at about what time in the morning to leave to go to your friend's house?
Between 8 and 8:30.
All right? Before you came back to the house at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, had you become aware that your dad was back in town?
Yes.
Sustained.
Did you become aware that your dad was back in town?
Overruled.
Yes.
And how did you become aware of that?
Through TV.
You saw it on TV?
Yes.
What did you see on TV?
Overruled.
I saw my father walking into the house.
And so when you saw that, you knew he was back, is that right?
Yes.
Did you have occasion that day or that afternoon to have still another conversation with your dad before you went back to Rockingham?
Yes.
Where was he at that time, if you know, at the time of this conversation?
He was at his office
That's whereabouts is that office?
in Brentwood off of Simpson.
And during that conversation, again, you can't tell us about the content of that conversation, but with regard to his demeanor, can you describe how he appeared to you as you talked to him on the phone during this conversation, in the afternoon hours, I guess, June 13th, 1994?
He was very quiet. Just still upset, but just there weren't a lot of words said on his part, but on my part, he was just very emotional.
All right. Had you ever seen him so emotional before?
No.
In conversation?
Never.
All right. And after that conversation, about what time was that conversation?
Between 4 and 5.
All right. After that conversation, within an hour or so, you came back home, is that correct?
Yes.
Were you aware that he would be coming home at around that time?
Yes.
And was that based upon some discussions you had had with him?
Sustained.
Okay. Did you know what time your dad was going to be coming back home?
Yes.
And did you try to time your arrival so you get back about the same time he did?
Sustained.
All right. How did you time your arrival and getting back home?
To what was said through our conversation.
All right. Okay, I want you to describe for the court and jury again what you saw when you arrived back in Rockingham.
There were a lot of police cars, media, a lot of commotion, just a lot of people in front and inside the house, in the grounds of the house.
All right. Now, when you left in the morning hours, sometime maybe at around 8 or shortly after 8 o'clock, did you see many police cars around at that point, if you recall?
Yes.
How many, do you have an estimate? Can you think back and give us an estimate how many police cars you saw even as early as 8 o'clock in the morning?
Overruled.
1 or 2.
All right. Characterize that with the number you saw when you came back 5:30 or after 5:30 in the evening.
There had to be more, like 4 or 5.
All right. Were you allowed to come on the premises at that time?
No.
When you got there, tell us what happened.
When I got there, I attempted to go through the gate, and the police officer told me that I wasn't allowed to go in, and that he would find out when I could go in.
It's a uniformed police officer?
Yes.
All right. Then what happened after that?
He left and then came back, and he told me I could go in.
All right, so then you came inside the residence?
Yes.
And where'd you go at that point?
I went into the house. I went into the kitchen, and then into the TV room.
All right. And when you got inside the TV room, did you see some people therein?
Yes.
Okay. And now, so we're clear. What time was this approximately?
6:30.
All right. And when you got in there in the TV room, which you previously described, would you describe for the jury again whom you saw there?
I saw my father. I saw my grandmother, my Aunt Shirley, and some of my dad's friends.
All right. And your Aunt Shirley is your brother's sister?
Yes.
Correct. She stepped out of the courtroom now.
Yes.
And your grandmother is whom? Miss Eunice Simpson?
Yes.
And you saw some friends in and around there?
Yes.
Now, this is the first time you saw your dad. Is that right, that day?
Yes.
Can you describe for the jury how your dad appeared to you when you saw him there?
He was very motionless. He was numb. He was quiet, just sitting on the couch. He was holding my grandmother's hand. I walked over to him and I hugged him and I asked him if he was okay. And he just kind of looked at me, and I was just trying to comfort him because I didn't know what else to do.
It's a tough time for you.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the couch close to his mother?
Yeah.
They were holding hands?
Yes.
Was he talking to his mother at all?
Yes.
Where were these friends of his at that point, if you recall?
sitting around in the TV room and over at the bar area.
And where was Miss Shirley Baker, his sister?
She was in the TV room too.
Were the TVs on at that point?
Yes.
Now, after you got there, were there other friends who came by after your arrival? Did somebody arrive after, or friends arrive after you got there?
Yes.
Do you remember any of the names of anybody who came by that evening?
Joe Stellini, Ron Ship, Ron Fishman, my aunt Carmelita.
That's Carmelita Durio,
Yes.
and she arrived at some point?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else?
I believe that's it.
Do you remember at some point that evening that Carmelita's husband came?
Yes.
What's his name?
Charles.
All right. And what about your Aunt Shirley's husband? Was he there at any time?
Yes.
And what's his name?
Benny.
At some point that evening, did you see them?
Yes.
So many of the family members came, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing Ron Ship there?
Yes.
And I want you to describe for the court and jury, did you know Ron Ship before this time?
Yes.
How did you know him?
Through my father, he would come by the house periodically.
When he came by the house, what would you see him doing, if anything?
Playing tennis or in the jacuzzi.
All right. Now, you saw him this particular evening?
Yes.
And when you saw him, what was he doing, if anything?
He was sitting at the bar.
Was he doing anything at the bar while sitting there?
Yes.
What was that?
He was having a drink.
All right. Did you see him have one drink or more than one drink or what?
I saw him have at least one drink,
All right. What was he drinking, if you recall?
a beer.
Did you talk to him at all?
Yes.
You had a conversation with him?
A short conversation with him.
What did he say
Yes.
to you, if anything?
He just came over to comfort me.
All right. And did you say much to him or anything to him?
Just, thank you, and we're going to get through this. How are you doing?
All right. Now, did he remain at all times in the same area that you saw him in when you first saw him that evening?
Yes.
And where was that?
The bar area?
All right. That's a little bit off the area where the family room is that correct?
Yes.
Now, did you continue to stay in the family room with the rest of the family?
Off and on, yes.
With regard to Ship, did you ever see him leave or move from that area while you were still there, the area of the bar?
No.
He remained there.
Yes.
And how long, from the first time you saw him to the time you last saw him that evening, did he remain in the bar area?
Maybe a little more, an hour. Maybe a little over an hour.
Do you know if he had been drinking when he arrived there that day?
No.
Were you able to tell whether or not he appeared intoxicated or not intoxicated, or how did he appear?
I couldn't say.
All right. You saw him with the one beer, is that right?
Yes.
Now, was he a close friend of your father, if you know?
Yeah.
And was he somebody you'd seen over there?
Sometimes, yes.
Now, had you seen him over at the house within the week or so previous to this, Mr. Ship?
Yes.
He never been out to dinner with your dad, though, had he?
Not to my knowledge, no.
If you know. Now, with regard to this time that you'd seen him over at the house before that, describe what you saw him doing, if anything. This the week before
Yes.
this incident? What did you observe, if anything?
He was playing tennis, and then later on in that evening, he was in the jacuzzi.
Was he with anybody else in the jacuzzi? Was anybody else in the jacuzzi with him?
Yes.
Who was that?
A lady.
Describe her for us.
She was tall, blonde, like dirty blonde.
And now describe for us. When, was this in the evening?
Yes.
And what was he? They were just sitting in the jacuzzi?
Yeah.
Was he drinking at all at that point?
Yes.
What was he drinking, if you know?
A beer.
Did you talk to him at that point?
Yes.
How close did you get to him and this particular lady?
I was standing right over the jacuzzi.
And you had a conversation?
Yes.
Were you able to ascertain whether or not he appeared to be intoxicated at that point?
No.
All right. This conversation that you had with him, how long did it last?
5 minutes?
Did you talk to the lady?
Yes.
Do you know whether or not your father was home at that time when he was using the jacuzzi with his lady?
Yes.
Was your father at home?
Yes.
Did you ever see your father out there in the jacuzzi area where he was?
No.
Have a smoke, John.
Sir.
Now, going back to the family room where everybody was gathered after you came back in the house, how long did you stay in the family room before you had occasion to go some other place, do you recall?
Maybe 20 minutes.
And by what time was it? Would it be by that time? What time would it be?
Between 7:30 and 8.
And then where'd you go?
To my room, to the kitchen.
All right. So you'd go in other parts of the house?
Yes,
Then would you come back in?
yes,
All right. And so off and on, you leave the room and you come back in. Is that right?
yes.
And what time did you last see your dad that evening? If you know, approximately what time was it?
After 8 o'clock.
And when you saw him the last time, did he leave the room or did you leave the room?
He left the room.
You were still there when he left the room?
Yes,
And you described for us before that he'd been seated on the couch holding his mother's hand,
yes.
right? When you came back in at a time before he left the room, where was he seated and who was he seated with at that time?
He was seated with my grandmother, my Aunt Shirley, Bob Kardashian was there, and some of his friends were coming and going at that time.
So he's still basically in the family room, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, with regard to his demeanor and how he appeared, did he describe again for the jury how he appeared as before he left the room to go some other place? How did he appear to you then?
He was just very upset. He was crying off and on. We were watching the news, and he kept talking to the TV, saying, I can't believe this.
Sustained.
Sorry.
Can't tell us what he said to the TV.
Sorry.
But would he make statements?
Yes,
You could hear those statements?
yes.
Describe his demeanor as he made those statements.
In shock, upset, in disbelief, just emotional, just,
And again, have you ever seen him this way before in your life?
no.
All right. So you saw him in this condition, and tell us what occurred when he prepared to leave at that point.
He was tired, and it was suggested that he go upstairs and lie down.
All right. And when he left the room, did he leave with anyone at that point?
Yes.
And who did he leave with at that point?
Bob Kardashian.
All right. You saw he and Bob leave?
Yes.
Did you see either one of your aunts go with him?
Yes.
And which aunt went with him?
My Aunt Shirley.
All right. And as they left the room, in which direction did they go?
Towards the front of the house.
All right. Did you go with them at that point?
No.
All right. So you saw Kardashian and your Aunt Shirley leave, and they left out of your sight. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Are the bedrooms of that house located upstairs, up some stairs?
Yes.
Is the carpet very, very light, almost white at that time?
Sustained.
At that date, back on June 13th, 1994, what color was the carpeting on the stairs and going up the stairs into your father's bedroom?
White.
And the carpet in his bedroom was what color?
Like an off-white.
You came in that doorway that morning, let those police officers in after turning the alarm off. Did you ever see any blood spots in the foyer area of that residence?
No.
You were out and around the driveway area that day, were you?
Yes.
Did you ever see any blood spots in the driveway area?
No.
So, did you remain in the family room after your father had left?
No.
Where did you go?
I was in and out the house, my room, the kitchen, upstairs.
All right. You were there when your father left, and then you had occasion to leave that area yourself, is that right?
Yes.
When you, after your father left and with your aunt and with Bob Kardashian, was Ron Chip still in in that bar area?
Yes.
You still had a beer before him at that point?
I believe so.
You were still there?
Pardon me?
You're still downstairs there?
Yes.
Did you ever see him leave?
No.
So he was still there when you left, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, ultimately that night, did you go back to your room?
Yes.
You know about what time that was?
Around between 10 and 11.
And before going to your room, did you have occasion to ever go upstairs to your dad's room that night at all?
Yes.
And when was that you went upstairs to your dad's room?
Shortly after he had gone upstairs, and then before I went to my room.
You went up to see your dad?
Yes.
When you got upstairs, describe for the court and jury what you saw when you got upstairs.
He was lying down, and my Aunt Shirley was putting a face towel, cold face towel, over his forehead.
And he was lying in his bed?
Yes.
So you saw Miss Shirley Baker in the bedroom?
Yes.
All right. You see anyone else up there at that point?
My Uncle Benny, Ron Fishman.
Is he a doctor?
Yes.
All right. And your Uncle Benny is married to... You'd asked me if I had any other questions, and I told you that I might have a couple. I have really only two areas of questions. It'll be very short, I believe. And then we would get to the question of the 402 hearing, which would encompass the letter from Nicole Brown Simpson, and also the whether or not there's a state of mind exception for any statements made by Mr. Simpson when he was either watching television or during those conversations. Professor Ullman will be handling those aspects.
All right, let's settle those now.
All right, do I do that now? Yes. Very well, Your Honor. And then go back to the other questions.
We need to get Mr. Gordon down to handle the 402 hearing.
I could ask those other questions.
My understanding we were going to do this at 1:30.
This is mine too, Your Honor.
I wasn't confused. Matter of fact, B's and A's just a short while ago. I'm not sure what his file is about. The 402 issue.
Two 402 issues, yes.
And one of those issues relates to the watching of television.
No, absolutely not. Today she crossed the line. I'm getting rid of Tiffany. That's it. That's it. I know my priorities. Tiffany has got to go. Anybody want her? She works. She has a job. But I missed Maiko because of Tiffany. She's got to go. That's it. I'm done. I've given her everything, and I missed Maiko. And that sucks. That sucks. But you guys got to see Maiko. God, I'm so mad. Yeah, for Halloween I'm gonna be. You know what I'm gonna be for Halloween? Can you guess? Because of my hair? A bunny. Yep, I'm gonna be a bunny. So I have a Halloween party I'm going to, and I got a costume and did my hair for it. Cosmic, I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, I did it myself. I know. Cost me $3. Cosmic is a beautician and is probably cringing right now. A bunny. I'm gonna be a bunny. Cosmic, if I could go to you, I would. Say, here's my hair, do something. But I can't go to you, so I didn't. I did it myself. I trimmed it myself. No mirror.
All right, Mr. Ullman, do you want to address the state of mind issue regarding comments made by the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We would contend that this would come within Section 1250 of the Evidence Code as evidence of a statement of the declarant's then existing state of mind, emotion, or physical sensation. This evidence is offered to prove Mr. Simpson's state of mind,
Who else found today way more interesting than anything at all that has happened in the last 500,000 months that we've been watching this?
we believe on that basis alone, simply the exclamations made indicating what his state of mind was at the time these events were taking place would come within that hearsay exception.
Ms. Clark?
Yes, as I've already indicated at sidebar, Your Honor, these purported statements fit no aspect of the evidence code under Section 1240. There's no foundation laid. Number one, though, as I indicated to the court, I don't see how a foundation could ever be laid. We have to remember that at the point in time that the witnesses are discussing the fact that he's at Rockingham watching the television and making exclamations, he has already been interrogated by the police, had his photograph
Ms.
taken.
Clark, forgive me for interrupting you, but I understood Mr. Ullman's argument to be under the rubric of 1250 state of mind, not spontaneous declaration of 1240.
Oh, excuse me, and under 1250, is even more so under 1250. 1250 explicitly states that there has to be an aspect of trustworthiness to the statement, and that foundation could never be laid. With respect to the defendant's existing mental or physical state, there has not been proffered any mental defense in this case. It's an alibi. And 1250 is most appropriately applied in cases where you have some kind of mental condition offered by way of a defense, which makes it an issue. The defendant's demeanor is one thing, but a 1250 exception allowing for the admission of hearsay is a quite different thing, for which certain foundation has to be laid. With respect to the very first number one under that section, the evidence has to be offered to prove the declarant's state of mind, emotion, or physical sensation when it is itself an issue in the action. The defendant's state of mind, emotion, or physical condition or sensation is not itself an issue in the action. We are talking, the defense wants to proffer this evidence to show the defendant's demeanor circumstantially, proving that he could not behave in that manner if he had actually just murdered his wife and Ron Goldman. That's a different situation than his state of mind being in issue in the action. It is not within the meaning of this code.
I know, Cosmic. I know you wouldn't judge people on their hair. Yikes. I know that. But I know you probably could have done, oh man, with it. Oh man, look what Cosmic did with that hair.
Code section.
Skills.
And it's not offered to
You
prove or
got
explain acts or
skills.
conduct of the declarant in this case, because there is no act or conduct at the time of watching the television that requires explanation or elucidation. And furthermore, the foundational aspect of trustworthiness is missing. We have the defendant surrounded by friends and family watching television reports that clearly appear to be describing evidence that's very incriminating, very inculpatory in nature. What is he going to do if he intends to get away with this? Say, they got me? You know, not if he's intending to get away with it. So obviously he's going to say, I can't believe it. I can't believe they're saying this. How could they possibly say this about me? So you have neither the indicia of trustworthiness, nor do you have the appropriate situation to allow it. The defendant's state of mind is not an issue in the action until such time as the defense intends to proffer a mental defense. So the people would submit that this code section is inapplicable to the instant case.
All right. Mr. Ullman, do you have any brief response to that?
Yes, Your Honor. This really just goes to the basic principle of demeanor evidence. Who else is a defendant going to be surrounded with at a time when he has just learned of his wife's death other than friends and family? Those friends and family are themselves going to come to the witness stand and describe their impressions of his demeanor at this time. And certainly an alternative way of showing that demeanor is to show the statements that he made at that particular time about his state of mind, emotion, or physical sensation. So in every respect, this state of mind is relevant at this point, and the hearsay exception clearly applies. All we are asking for are statements of his state of mind, emotion, or physical sensation at that time, that is, at the very time these statements are made.
What statements?
The statements of how he is feeling and reacting to the news reports of his wife's death.
All right. Thank you. All right. The objection, as indicated previously in our discussions at sidebar, indicated I felt that there was a lack of foundation under either 1240 or 1250 for these statements. The argument is now couched under 1250 state of mind. A state of mind at that particular point in time is not a particularly relevant issue. I agree that there's another problem. We don't know what the specific news report that is being reacted to, so the context of the
Thank you, Maria.
statement
Thank
alleged to
you.
have been made by the defendant is quite unclear.
Michael.
I don't see the indicia of truthfulness necessarily there because of that failure. And also, given the vague nature of this particular statement by the television newscast, I find it too amorphous to have a clear idea of what's being responded to. I think would be undue use of the court's time, so I'll sustain the objection also under 352. All right, other issue, the statement, the letter.
Michael mods in 1,000 channels. He is the
Let me start
ultimate
with a
mod of
detailed
YouTube.
offer of proof, Your Honor, and then indicate the theory under which we believe this is admissible. We have, and I believe it has been lodged with the court, a document consisting of 5 pages, handwritten letter, which we believe we can establish was written by Nicole Brown Simpson to O.J. Simpson and delivered to him along with some videotapes of their wedding and family videotapes in March of 1993. Now, the relevance of this, of course, takes us back to the ruling of the court with respect to all of the previous incidents in the relationship between O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson that this court heard evidence as to prior to trial, made a pretrial ruling, and then those incidents were admitted. And those incidents included altercations going back to 1985. They included 2 incidents resulting in 911 calls, one of which took place in 1989, the other of which took place in October of 1993. And then intervening during this time was a divorce
Linus did it.
of the parties in
Linus
January
broke the
of
food open.
1992. Now, the theory under which the prosecution is offering
Yum,
all of these
goulash.
prior incidents is that they are relevant to show Mr. Simpson's state of mind, to show motive, to show intent, to show plan, and finally to show the identity of the perpetrator of this murder. And what the prosecutor wants is for the jury to draw from these incidents some inference that Mr. Simpson was obsessed with jealousy over his wife. As I believe Mr. Darden put it in his opening statement, that he couldn't stand the thought of losing her, that he was obsessed with
I love
controlling her.
goulash. I love it.
So
Love
now
it.
comes the defense turns to rebut this evidence. And we are going to rebut it by showing there was not a motive,
Thank you,
that
thank
there
you,
was no
thank you.
intent, that there was no plan, that the inferences that the prosecution wants to draw from all of this evidence simply are not true and should not be drawn by the jury. And there are a number of ways in which we can go about producing rebuttal evidence in this regard. This is one of them. We are offering this letter, really, as a verbal act to show that the resumption of the relationship.
I got this. I got this. Where's Linus? I put an S on that. Where's Linus? She's in the Netherlands. Oh, nailed it. Yes.
Between Nicole Brown Simpson and Mr. Simpson was initiated by Mrs. Simpson. That what was going on here was not some sort of obsessive effort to control his former wife, but that she initiated a trial period in which they would resume their relationship. Now, we are not offering this letter for the truth of its contents. I think that's important to bear in mind. We, frankly, make no offer at all with respect to the sincerity or the truth of any of the representations made in this letter. The reason we want to offer this letter is to show the impact, the effect that it had on the mind of the recipient, that is, Mr. Simpson. And we will show that after he received this letter, he sought to be counseled by both his mother, his daughter. He showed them the letter. They talked about it, and the relationship was resumed on a very tentative kind of try-it-out basis. And this letter explains why that took place. In that respect, it is very important evidence for the defense to rebut the inferences that the prosecution is seeking to draw from all of the prior incidents that were admitted. And I remind Your Honor, when you admitted those prior incidents, you said these are not coming in as evidence of character of Mr. Simpson. They are only being admitted to show motive, intent, plan, and identity. So what the prosecution wants to do with these incidents is kind of draw them all together into some sort of escalating progression of events that ultimately led to the act of murder. And we are entitled, we believe, to show that that's not the progression of events that actually took place at all.
Unless those transcripts can bleep. Nope, I gotta do one at a time. There's no way. I either have to do one at a time or skip the streams completely. There's no function that will automatically bleep a certain word out for you, which would be really freaking helpful.
That in fact these incidents were interrupted by other contacts, and that in reaction to one of those contacts, in response to the receipt of this letter, Mr. Simpson resumed a relationship with his wife in March of 1993. In March of 1993, 4 months.
Gentlemen, if I follow that argument, then wouldn't I also have to revisit my ruling on the sojourn statement where 5 days before the incident, Nicole Brown says to a domestic violence counselor, my ex-husband is stalking me and he says he's going to kill me? Should I let that in too?
No, absolutely not, because that
Well, then what's the difference between these two?
that is not relevant to the defendant's state of mind.
Oh,
What we're talking
I
about
found
here
it. I
is
know where
Mr.
it is.
Simpson's state of mind. We're talking about Mr. Simpson's motive, Mr. Simpson's intent, Mr. Simpson's plan, and only statements that were made to Mr. Simpson would be relevant to show his state of mind in response to or in reaction to those statements. And that's the reason. Again, we're saying we're not offering this letter for the truth of what is asserted in the letter. That's the reason it's not hearsay. It is being offered essentially as a verbal act to show and explain the response and reaction of Mr. Simpson to that verbal act. It can be authenticated through the witnesses that we propose to question about it, it's an undated letter. They can fix the time at which this letter was received. They can identify the handwriting in which the letter was written. And based on when the letter was received, we believe can explain the subsequent conduct of Mr. Simpson. And that's what we're all about here, to explain his conduct, to show that there is an explanation other than the inferences that the prosecution wants to draw from all of these prior incidents coming into evidence. The inference that it shows a motive, it shows intent, it shows
It's
a
all
plan.
good.
And we believe we're entitled.
I bleeped videos before. I can bleep videos again. I just have to bleep them. That's it. I just have to record it and bleep it. I know where they are. I know where they start assaulting you, and they don't stop. Just never eases up. And I think they had 12 hours of interview. We don't hear all that in court, thank goodness. Oh, hell no, Linus.
To show just the opposite, to rebut that, to show that inference should not be drawn, to show that another inference should be drawn with respect to the nature of this relationship. There's no problem, of course, with Your Honor giving a limiting instruction, just as when you admitted the prior incidents, you told the jury, these are coming in for the limited purpose of showing motive, purpose, and when we let this letter in, we can say, ladies and gentlemen, this is not being admitted for the truth of what's asserted. It is being admitted simply to show the impact that it had on the recipient, and this evidence is simply to rebut any inference of motive, intent, or plan. It is not offered as evidence of Mr. Simpson's character and should not be considered for that purpose.
All right. Mr. Ellman, do you have any case authority that deals with a similar situation?
Well, in response to the inquiry this morning from Mr. Gordon, I did make an effort to locate a couple of cases dealing precisely with the right of the defense to negate motive. That is, just as the prosecution can offer evidence of motive, the defense is entitled to offer evidence of absence of motive, and there are a couple of cases where courts have held that it was error to exclude such evidence. Those cases include People v. Smith, 204 Calap 2nd, 797, a 1962 case, and People v. Weatherford, 27 Cal 2nd, 401 at 423, a 1945 case.
All right. Thank you, counsel. Mr. Gordon.
Afternoon. A couple of issues, and I think the court cited, or questions identified, I think, one of the most major issues here. When we filed our initial motion, or our response to the defendant's motion to exclude evidence with regard to domestic violence, we detailed for the court and for counsel a number of incidents, statements, evidence we had. And in during the litigation of that motion, we went through and indicated that we were only seeking to introduce a certain number of these under this 1101 slash prior conduct type theory. The other ones we indicated to the court and to counsel basically were there so everyone had notice on and may well come back and be revisited upon if an effort exactly as the one such as this occurs. That there are many doors that can be opened, especially when we're dealing with states of mind within a relationship. And our concern with this letter are a couple. One is foundational. We have an undated letter coming in, not, from my understanding, to Poffer, not to the recipient, not to the person who got it, not to the person who's supposedly going to indicate what state of mind they may or may not have. That's one problem, to bring a third party to talk about a letter.
But don't I have, I have to assume, though, that there's probably going to be a foundation for this. We've seen Ms. Brown Simpson's handwriting before. This appears to be similar. The two videotapes were taken in the course of the search warrant. We've seen them. We know what they are. We can assume that these are the two videotapes that they're talking about in this letter, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I assume that the defense at some point in time can lay those foundations.
That element as to foundation, correct, as to authenticating the letter that this came, this is in Ms. Brown's handwriting, accompanying these photographs, that's from the photograph that. That second part of foundation, to hear Mr. Ullman's argument that something happened in response to this, or that this caused some action, or that the words within that letter were ever read, understood, acted upon, in any way dealt with. That's the problem. When you have a third-party witness who says, if I say I gave the judge a piece of paper and this is what he did or what he believed because of it, without the recipient testifying as to their state of mind or what occurred, that's the problem, and that's what we have the attempt to do, is to try to get someone else to testify as to what this defendant's state of mind is, assumably without him testifying to what it is. You can't. There's no foundation there. You can't do that. The only way you could do it...
Well, suppose the defendant testifies, then wouldn't this become admissible?
I think if the defendant testifies, we may have a certain... If the defendant testifies, we certainly may be in a different position, and as we put the court and the defendant on notice, and as the court indicated, there's a lot with regard to his state of mind, and I think the victim's state of mind, which is what this would open up, that could be inquired to, and we could then inquire questions of him as to his state of mind and his reliance, such as the base statement of if what is occurring this, as Mr. Ullman indicates, is that in sometime in 1993, he got this and felt that everything was going fine in the marriage, and this put him in a state of mind that he wasn't jealous, everything was fine. Then why in October of 1993 do we have him charging through her house, screaming at her, having to have the police call, which certainly isn't evidence in any way in conformity with the picture that Mr. Ullman would paint before us, which, since we don't know the time, would appear to be contemporaneous when this offer of this supposed acceptance of the termination of marriage occurs. The other problem with it is, and I think the court's indicated, what this really does, and what their intent is with this letter, is to put the victim's state of mind in. Because if what the defendant is saying, if what the defense is arguing is true, then the text of this doesn't matter at all. If the testimony is, received a piece of paper and then acted in conformity with that as a verbal act, then what is said, not for the truth, doesn't mean anything. Possibly who the authoress or authoress comes in, nothing else. What they want to do is get the text in, and what they want to do is carve out so they can selectively paint what this victim's state of mind is. The court knows, and we know, what her state of mind is, especially when it comes to her statements of fears to friends, to her relatives, to a domestic violence shelter, her documentation of incidents, her diary, all of that evidence which the court and the defense have notice of, that specifically indicates what her state of mind is. And if what the intent here is to open her state of mind, which I think is the only thing I think is really going on here, then that evidence comes in. But to try to carve out some narrow tunnel to get her state to put a state of mind of the victim in, which is not the truth, which doesn't reflect what was occurring with this woman, which certainly does not reflect what was occurring at the time which is in question, which was in June of 1994 when she was calling a shelter indicating that she was scared that she was going to be killed, that would be improper. And that's what they're trying to do, is to get her intent in through this letter. And that's not proper, unless we're going to completely open up her intent and how she felt, and then all that other evidence comes in to test this also.
Mr. Ullman, any brief response? So, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
I think Your Honor is correct that the authentication issue is not really a problem. In fact...
I don't consider it to be based upon if you made an offer of proof that you could tie those things up,
the
given what we already know
witness
about
who is
the case.
currently on the stand can authenticate the handwriting and the time that this letter was written. You know, if Mr. Gordon's statement is correct, that the only way to prove the defendant's state of mind is through the defendant's own testimony, then we can all just fold up our tents and go home, because we then have no evidence in this case of Mr. Simpson's state of mind. What the prosecution wants to do is infer the state of mind from all of these prior incidents and have the jury believe that, without having heard from Mr. Simpson, that just based on all of these incidents that took place in 1985 and 1989 and in 1993, that they can then infer that he had a motive, that he had intent, that he had a plan. So they're seeking to draw an inference of the state of mind. Our position is we can rebut that inference in a number of ways. The prosecution is not in the position of telling us that the only way, the only evidence of state of mind that you can offer is to call the defendant to the witness stand. There are a number of ways we can prove state of mind, and this is one of them. One of them is to show that the conduct of the defendant was in response to a specific verbal act on the part of Nicole Brown Simpson. And that's precisely what we're attempting to do here. We're not offering to prove Nicole Brown Simpson's state of mind, and her sincerity or her honesty in writing this letter aren't an issue. The issue is simply, what does the letter say, and what impact did that have on the conduct of Mr. Simpson? Now, our other witnesses have already testified to the conduct of Mr. Simpson. We know for a fact now, from the evidence that is already in the record, that despite all of these prior incidents, in March of 1993, a year after their divorce, Mr. Simpson and his wife started seeing each other again. That testimony came this morning from Arnell Simpson. And that conduct continued for for more than a year. And the question that you've got to ask is, well, why did that happen? Why did that happen? And here we have the answer. Here we have the explanation. So the relevance and purpose of this evidence is to explain the defendant's subsequent conduct. And that explanation does not have to come from his own lips or through his own testimony. Finally, we're told, well, this is inconsistent. If this is what was going on, then why did he have to break down a door and engage in this shouting match in October of 1993? And that's why this is so important, because it is contemporaneous. It does occur at approximately the same time as the incident they put in evidence, and they want the jury to infer from that incident that Mr. Simpson had a motive, he had a plan, and he had the intent to kill his wife. And we're saying that's not an appropriate inference, and when you put this in context of what was going on at the time, and when you put it in context of what Mr. Simpson was reacting to in March of 1993.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ullman.
Very, very shortly.
No, I've heard enough. Thank you. All right. What this is a 5-page handwritten document, and I think we should give this a defense exhibit number at this point. 1226. Mr. Douglas, 1226 for the record, so we know what this is. I don't find any specific statutory or case law authority for the admissibility of this particular item. I agree, however, that the defense has the right to present evidence to negate a motive that is offered by the prosecution. I believe that the defense can establish an approximate date of March of 1993 because we know from previous evidence that Nicole Brown Simpson and the defendant attempted a reconciliation of their relationship shortly after that time, which continued until approximately May of 1994. However, there is no evidence code section that allows the use of this particular item for that particular purpose.
First, Zach, I would love to. I mean, I'm fighting for my life over there, making videos. Ew, if I could just use my Judge Frazier content, oh man, I would have great content, lots of views. But no, I'm not gonna use him until he says I can use him, which sucks. Sucks. Raven, I had to take care of something in my house for 5 minutes, so I had to time you out for 5 minutes because your comments were inappropriate and I wasn't able to watch. So I didn't know if you were going to say something political like you keep doing when I tell you we can't say that here. So I had to pause you while I was away just to make sure that a fight doesn't start in my chat while I'm taking care of a fight.
There is a long time lag between March of 1993 and the incident that occurred in October of 1993, a 7-month time period. And human relations can take many turns and twists over that period of time. And I think a statement of mind in March is not necessarily reflective of a state of mind in October. Also, the evidence of the attempt at reconciliation is in the record through other witnesses, and I'll sustain the objection under lack of statutory grounds, case law authority, and under 352 issues since it's already in the record. All right. Let's have the jury.
Raven, we've deleted like 30 texts of yours today. 30. You can look in your stats and see how many texts we deleted of yours. It's not pretty. Hold on. Let me look if I can find it. Channel activity. Deleted messages 23. 23. Deleted messages. That's why I had to time you out when I walked away, because I need to make sure you're okay, and you're not. So I had to be here. Do you hear anybody else in chat saying some of the things you say? Anybody?
All right, the record to reflect Ms. Arnell Simpson is on the witness stand, again undergoing direct examination by Mr. Cochran. Good afternoon, Ms. Simpson.
Good afternoon.
You're reminded that you are still under oath. Mr. Cochran, you may continue.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Ms. Simpson.
Good afternoon.
Can you move the microphone a little bit closer, please? I have just a few more questions of you, if I might.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall, back on or about May 22nd, 1994, whether or not there was a picnic or some kind of a party involving children at your home there in Rockingham?
Yes, there was.
And can you tell us briefly what that picnic or party was about?
For the last 3 years, Sunshine Preschool, which Justin and Sydney both had attended, they have an annual picnic to raise money for the school, and my father would donate his house to have the picnic there.
Do you recall that picnic and party taking place in 1994, about May 22nd?
Yes.
Now, do you recall whether or not your minor brother and sister, Justin and Sydney, attended that particular function?
Yes, there were.
And were you there also?
Yes, I was.
And do you recall whether or not Miss Nicole Brown Simpson came to that location?
Yes, she was.
Now, was this after the time that your father and mother decided to go their separate ways? Strike that. Your father and stepmother decided to go their separate ways?
Yes.
But she came also to this particular picnic, is that right?
Yes, she did.
Do you recall seeing her at any place inside of the Rockingham residence on that date?
Yes.
And describe what you saw at that time.
At one point, we were all inside the house watching TV. The playoffs were on.
What kind of playoffs?
Basketball.
All right.
Some of the other parents were inside, mostly the men were, and my father and Nicole were sitting on the couch.
And which room was that?
In the TV room.
All right. And you observed this yourself?
Yes.
Did you notice anything else about as they sat there on the couch?
Yeah, she was sitting on his lap.
All right. And this was after they'd broken up, right?
Yes.
All right. Later on, were you aware of whether or not she went any place else inside that house that day?
Yes, she had said that she wasn't feeling well, and she went upstairs and lay down in the bed.
In whose bed?
My father's.
And now, with regard to that, was this within a week of the time that you'd said she'd been sick with pneumonia?
Yes.
All right. This was toward the end of that period of time?
Yes.
All right. So she still wasn't feeling well on that particular date?
Yes.
And was this May 22nd, was that on Sunday, as far as you know?
Yes.
Now, you told us earlier that your father no longer plays tennis. Does he play golf?
Yes, he does.
Does he play golf regularly, as far as you know?
Yes.
Do you ever at any time see him around the house swinging golf clubs or chipping golf balls? Oh,
Yes, all the time.
can you describe that for us, what you've seen?
He just was always talking about golf. He was kind of obsessed with it. He was always trying to, better his game, and he was always playing around with the golf balls or his swing, trying to perfect his swing.
Have you ever seen him out in that yard hitting any golf balls?
Yes.
Chipping them?
Yes.
You don't play golf, do you?
No.
So the terminology is a little bit foreign to you, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But you've seen your father do that?
Yes.
Right? Now, with regard to the events of the evening of June 13th, wherein you returned home after about 6 o'clock or so in the evening and you saw these people inside the Rockingham residence, you remember that?
Yes.
And you described for us some of the people who were there. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Have you told us all the people who were present?
No.
Were there other friends who were also present?
Yes, there was a lot of people coming and going
All right.
during that
what-
time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
During that time, there's just a lot of commotion, people coming and going.
All right. So there were a lot of people, friends and family member coming in and out?
Yes.
Not everybody came at the same time, is that right?
No.
Then, as I presume, you were in rooms, other rooms throughout the house on occasion also?
Yes, I was.
Oh. Anyone else that you recall was there that you haven't told us about thus far?
Kathy Randa, Neil Sloan, and some other people were coming and going. There was a lot of people there.
All right. Have you been nervous this morning during your testimony?
Yes, I have.
You told us the truth?
Yes, I have.
I have nothing further this morning, Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Cochran. Ms. Clark?
Hi.
We've done this before, haven't we?
Yes, we
Remember
have.
the prelim?
Mhm.
I'll try and make it as quick as I can for you.
Okay.
Let me just ask you, since you guys left off at the June 13th when people were coming and going at Rockingham, do you recall seeing Skip Taft there?
Yes.
Yes. And Skip Taft, that's your father's lawyer, correct?
Yes, he is.
And did you also see Howard Weitzman there?
Howard Weissman, I don't...
Don't recall
I,
him?
I'm sometimes bad with names. I'm better with faces.
Okay. If I describe him, will that help?
Yes.
I hope he's not watching this. Okay. He's about, I don't know, about this tall, and he's got a ruddy complected. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gesturing. I mean, wait, no. With heels on, I'm 5'8", about my height, 5'8", 5'9", and ruddy complected, balding. I'm just kind of balding, ruddy complected. He's a lawyer also.
I don't recall.
Okay. There were a lot of people there that day.
Yes.
All right. Now, you indicated that you visited Nicole at Bundy on occasion,
Yes.
correct? Was that alone or was that with your father?
Sometimes with my dad, sometimes alone, sometimes with a friend.
Okay. And when you did that, when you went to visit her, where would you park?
I'd usually park on Bundy,
And where on Bundy did you park?
right in front of the house.
You could leave your car right there in front?
Yes, I believe so. I would.
Okay. What time of day was it that you usually parked there?
Sometimes at night, sometimes in the morning, sometimes during the day.
So you came all different times?
Yes.
As of late '93, Nicole had a black Jeep Cherokee, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
And also a white Ferrari?
Yes.
And you would see those parked at Bundy whenever you went by there, went to visit?
Not from the front.
From the back?
Yeah, yes.
And would there would be occasions sometimes when you'd pull up behind the back also, maybe to come and get the kids, pull into that alley behind her condo?
I usually always pulled in the front.
Okay. Was that because you were coming in to visit her, come inside the condo?
Yes.
Okay. Was there ever an occasion when you came by just to pick up the kids or just to drop them off when you just pull in behind in that alley?
I never used the alley.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Now, you stated that you knew that Mr. Simpson traveled on the week of June the 6th of 1994.
Yes.
Can you tell us where he traveled to?
I can't tell you specifically. I knew he was out of town, but I didn't know where exactly he was going.
Can you tell us what days he was out of town?
I believe that he had left on a Sunday and returned, or left on actually a Monday or Tuesday and returned on that Friday.
Okay. And do you know if he went out of town again after that Friday, like on Friday night?
No.
And you're not sure it might be Monday or Tuesday that he left?
Yeah.
Now, would it be fair to state that you're not exactly sure of what day Mr. Simpson and Nicole Brown broke up for the last time?
Yes.
Now, she was sick for a period of time in May, is that right?
Yes.
And that was for more than a week or so? That was kind of an extended illness?
Yes.
Would you say that was for like 2 or 3 weeks that she was pretty sick with pneumonia?
Yes.
Okay. You know her birthday was on May 19th, right?
Yes.
And she was still sick when her birthday came around, is that right? She was sick with pneumonia for her birthday?
I believe so. Yes.
And during the time that she was sick, your father visited her once to bring her some soup, is that right?
Yes.
Now, you recall the present that he gave her for her birthday, a real expensive bracelet?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know about that bracelet?
No.
Do you recall that she gave it back to him on her birthday?
Sustained. Assumes facts that aren't in evidence. Foundation.
All right, you don't know then what your father gave her, if anything, for her birthday?
No.
Or whether she gave it back to him after that point when they broke up?
Sustained.
All right, do you know whether Mr. Simpson gave a gift to Paula shortly after Nicole's birthday?
Yes.
Was that a bracelet?
Yes.
A real expensive one, diamonds and stuff on it?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know who had that bracelet, if anyone, before her?
No.
And was it around Memorial Day, around there, when he gave it to Paula?
I don't recall exactly.
Does that sound about right? You're kind of...
I don't recall exactly, so
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you know if your father went to La Quinta with Paula on Memorial Day weekend?
I knew my dad was out of town, but I wasn't sure where he went.
Okay, you don't know who he went with. Is that right?
Overruled.
I would say I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Now, during the time of 93 to 94, when you indicated that they were attempting to reconcile, Mr. Simpson and Nicole Brown, can you tell us till when, from approximately when, was it March or April of 93 that it began, that reconciliation period?
I believe it began the end of April.
And from that time until some point in May, because you're unsure about the time, but from that point until sometime in May of 94, is it your belief that that they were together and were not dating other people?
I know they started to date each other exclusively May of 93 to May of 94.
Now, were you aware that he had traveled to Hawaii with Paula Barbieri between those two times, May of 93 to May of 94?
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
All right. Were you present in court when Cato Kalin testified?
No.
Okay. Were you watching television or aware of any of his testimony?
No.
Do you recall your father taking a trip to Hawaii between May of 93 and May of 94?
No.
Now, you testified that you did not see Paula Barbieri at the location at Rockingham. Were you at Rockingham every day between May of 93 and May of 94?
No.
All right. And you didn't see who your father traveled with when he traveled, correct?
Overruled.
No.
So if he visited with somebody out of town, you wouldn't know about that, would you?
No.
Hold on. So, wait.
All right. Now,
He's-
you said that you stayed at the New...
Come on, Judge. She said, you're not at Rockingham every day, are you? And he says objection assumes facts, not in evidence. Like, if she would say that objection while he was asking a question, an objection that makes absolutely no sense in any way, shape, or form, she would be murderized up there. Come on, Judge.
New York condo quite a bit?
Yes.
Was that a condo or an apartment? I don't want to misstate it.
Apartment. Yeah, apartment.
And was that apartment near a department store named Bloomingdale's?
Yes.
Okay. Did you shop there often?
Yes.
And did your father also shop there often?
Yes.
Did you ever attend any of the football games where he was a commentator there?
No.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about, at Rockingham, how many keys were there for the doors to the main house?
One.
And so that one key would open the front and the rear doors?
The front door, there aren't any locks on the rear doors. Well, on some of them there are, actually.
And is it the same key for those locks?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't believe so.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't have the key. The locks are very high up on the doors in the rear.
Let me get a moment. You're talking about the French doors at the rear of the house, where it's very high up?
Yes.
Okay. Is there another door that leads into the billiard room that is just a regular door that
Yes.
you can go in through? Okay. And you have the key to that door?
There is no, it's only locked from the inside of the house. There's no lock from the outside.
You can't open it from the outside?
No, you cannot.
Is there another door that leads into the billiard room, or actually, you know, there's an area you walk into and the billiard room is to your left? Okay, that door. Can you open that one from the outside?
It's in the billiard room you're speaking of?
I don't think it's in the billiard room. It's the billiard room, as you walk in, will be to your left,
So towards the TVs?
towards the TV room, correct?
There's a little, those doors are nailed shut.
Okay, what means do you gain entry from the rear of the house when you try, if you were trying to go into the rear of the house? What door would you take?
You can't. You would have to go around to the front.
There's no door that admits you in through the rear of the house?
No, unless you go through the guest house.
What about through... Let me ask you another question so we don't waste time. You're familiar with the alarm system in the house, correct?
Yes.
All right. So there's an alarm sensor for the rear door, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay. And that alarm sensor has a 40-second delay, correct?
Yes.
So if you enter through the rear door, you have 40 seconds to get to a keypad to disarm the alarm, correct?
Yes.
And the maid's room has a keypad in it for the alarm, right?
Not in the maid's room, but
Just outside it?
Yes.
Right, I know what you mean. Okay. And that would be like kind of next to the laundry room?
yes.
Okay. Is there a common wall between the laundry room and the maid's room?
Yes.
Now, you indicated that before you entered, let me ask you this, before you entered the house with the police officers, while you were between the point when you left your room and got into the house, do you recall having a conversation with them about whether there was a maid on the premises?
Yes.
And you recall them asking you about whether there was a maid present?
Yes.
And you told them Gigi was usually there?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall them asking where the maid's room was?
No.
Do you recall them asking you to show you the maid's room?
No.
For you to show them the maid's room?
No.
You don't recall doing any of that?
No.
Do you recall either of them going into the maid's room at some point after you entered the house?
No.
Do you recall any of them standing near that area in the maid's room?
Yes, because the phone is right there that we had used in the kitchen.
And do you recall going past the maid's room when you entered the house?
No.
Now, as of June the 12th, 1994, the maid in residence name was Gigi?
Yes.
Okay. And she worked Monday to Friday, is that right?
Yes.
Did she usually leave on Friday night or Saturday morning?
Friday night.
She didn't come back to the house on Sunday night, June the 12th, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, are you aware that Mr. Simpson told her not to come back on that Sunday night?
Sustained. Sustained.
Did you have a conversation with Gigi about any instructions she may have had about whether or not to come back to the house on Sunday night?
Overruled.
No.
Michael, I missed you. I missed you a lot, Michael. I really, really missed you a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm so happy you're here. Michael. Shenanigans.
Now, then is it your testimony that if you were to be inside the house and you wanted to go out to the pool area, you would have to go all the way, you would have to go out the front entrance and go all the way through that area marked as lawn at the back to get to the pool?
Can you repeat that for me?
Sure. Is it your testimony that if you were inside the house and you wanted to go and use the pool area, you'd have to go out through the front door and down the driveway and up through that area marked lawn to the pool?
Overruled.
If I were to go out to the pool from inside the house,
Right.
I could leave through the door, through the back one, the one back door.
And which door would that be?
The door which is closest to the pool table area. Should I show you?
Sure, thanks. Right. Here.
Indicating the southern and easternmost portion of the house before you get to the pool room.
Thank you.
See that, Mr. Tucker?
I get the distance, I think. Southernmost portion?
Southernmost portion before you get to the pool room. The door that's there.
Now, at the time that you had that conversation with the officers about the maid and who was on the premises, you were outside the house still at that point, correct?
Yes.
Now, you indicated that on June the 12th, that morning, you left at approximately 10 o'clock that morning?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time that you left, did you go into the main house?
No.
And you came back at approximately what time after church?
11:10.
Okay. And then you left again at what time?
Around 12:30.
At any point in there, when you came back from church, and between that time when you left again at 12:30, did you go into the main house?
No.
Did you see Kate O'Kalin at any point in there?
No.
Did you see Mr. Simpson at any point?
No.
After you left at 12:30 p.m., you came back again at about 1 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay, is that an approximation, 1 to 1:30, something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, did you go straight back to your room?
Yes.
And when you went to your room, you would have to have walked by Kate O'Kalin's room, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you testified earlier that you knew that he was home that night, correct?
Yes.
And how did you know that? Did you see lights on in his room, or
His car.
his car was there?
Yes.
So the next time, all right, so during the day of June the 12th, the entire day, there was no point at which you went into the main house, is that right?
Yes.
And what about June the 11th? Was there any time that you went into the main house on that day?
Yes.
And on that day, what time was it when you went into the main house?
In the evening,
Was that late at night?
around Yeah, around 9 or 10.
Was anybody in the house at that time?
No.
Now, if between, what was the last time you were in the main house between June 11th and June 13th?
Between June 11th and June 13th?
Yeah, what I mean is, I'll be more specific, I'm sorry. June 11th, you were in the house between 9 and 10 p.m., is that
Yes.
right? Okay. And then you did not really go back into the main house after that point until around 5:30 a.m. on June the 13th. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So if Gigi had returned between those two times, you would not have known it.
Sustained.
Would you have any way of knowing if Gigi came back between 9 or 10 at night on June the 11th and 5:30 a.m. June the 13th?
That's a two-part question. Can I answer it?
Sure.
Rephrase the question.
I think she was objecting compound. Okay. What do you have any way of knowing when Gigi's on or off the premises other than seeing her there?
Yes.
And what is that?
Her car.
Okay. Does she always bring her car to the house?
Yes.
Does she always park it in the same place?
Yes.
Where's that?
In the driveway, right, kind of where the garage is, right in front of the garage.
So she parks it inside the gate when she's there?
Yes.
Now on the night of Let me come back to that in a minute. Now, when the officers asked you, first contacted
Marcia,
you
you said you would
around
be
5:30
brief.
a.m. at your room, they indicated to you they'd been ringing and trying to reach someone in the house, correct?
Yes.
You hadn't heard anything, had you?
No.
Had you heard Chachi barking that night?
No.
You hadn't heard anything unusual at all?
No.
So
And
it was very interesting when Johnny was asking the questions of her. I was interested. I was listening while driving. Now, though, what the heck? What is this prosecution doing?
when the officers asked you where Mr. Simpson
What
was...
point
you
is she
didn't-
trying to
you
make?
didn't tell them, did you?
No.
No
You
one
didn't
can
know,
answer
did you?
that, can they?
And the officers, you never told them what time Mr. Simpson left to go out of town, did you?
No.
And that's because you didn't know, did you?
Overruled.
And that's because you didn't know, did you?
No, I didn't know.
Now, at the point in time that they woke you up, about 5:30, you had had, what, about 4 hours sleep?
Yes.
Were you pretty tired?
Yes.
And a little bit in shock?
Yes, very much so.
And pretty frazzled?
Yes.
It was pretty upsetting, all of the events, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you believe at that time that you were first contacted, there were 2 officers at your door?
Yes.
Could it have been 3 and you didn't notice one standing back behind?
Yes.
And then after you spoke to them briefly, you came outside with them, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, during that entire conversation you had with them, the Detective Furman was not present, is that right?
No.
And when you left your room with them, he was in the room with, or he was standing in front of Cato's room talking to him?
Yes.
So at no point did you ever have any conversation with Detective Furman about how to reach your father or where he was, is that right?
Yes.
And after you spoke after you spoke to Kathy Randa and found out where Mr. Simpson was, you did not speak to Detective Furman, is that right?
Yes.
And during the time that you were having that conversation, that telephone call with her, Kathy Randa, Detective Furman was not around, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, the detectives that were with you, Van Adder and Lang and Phillips, do you recall one of them asking you whether the Bronco parked out in front was belonged to Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
Okay. And you told them that it did, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Now, you indicated to us that you called Kathy Randa, and then you gave the phone to Detective Lang, correct?
Yes.
Now, are you sure it was Detective Lang? Could that have been Detective Phillips? Are you real firm about that?
It could have been Phillips.
Okay. And you also testified that there was no phone call made from that phone in the kitchen after the conversation with Kathy Randa. Is that correct?
Sustained. Sustained. Raise question.
Let me be more clear. After you made the phone call to Kathy Randa, the detective, whether it was Lang or Phillips, spoke to Kathy Randa. Is that right?
Yes.
And then after that point, is it your testimony that no phone call was placed by either yourself or the detectives before Mr. Simpson called in?
Oral.
No.
Do you recall that a phone call, that immediately after speaking to Kathy Randa, one of the detectives placed a phone call on that telephone?
I don't recall that.
Is it your recollection that before anyone placed a phone call to Mr. Simpson in Chicago, he called to the house?
Can you repeat that for me?
Sure, sure. The time frame is the phone call to Kathy Randa.
Yes.
Okay. And you were in the kitchen with Detective Van Adder and Detective Lang and Detective Phillips, is that right? Well, if that's not right, you can tell me. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, after the phone call was placed to Kathy Randa, that's when you all learned exactly where Mr. Simpson was, right?
Yes.
At that point, though, just before the phone call was placed, no one there knew exactly what time he had left or where he was. Is that a fair statement?
Sustained. Phrase question.
Okay. You did not know that, correct?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, neither did the detectives.
Yes.
Sustained.
At that point, they were asking you where Mr. Simpson was and when he had left, or did they ever ask you when he had left?
Yes, they did ask me when he had left. I had said that he was out of town, but I did not know where he was, but I could call somebody that would know, and that's when I placed the call to Kathy Randa.
Okay. And you did not tell them when he had left because you didn't know that?
No.
Okay. And so then the phone call was placed to Kathy Randa, and at that point you found out where Mr. Simpson was exactly, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then one of the detectives, could be Phillips, could be Lang, spoke at Kathy Randa, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And after that point, was a phone call received into the house? Did someone call the house, and was that person Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
All right. And so did any of the officers place a call before that phone call was received from Mr. Simpson?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Okay, is it that you don't recall that, or you believe that that did not happen?
Sustained.
Okay. Give us your best recollection. Is it in your memory right now, is your state of mind that you received a call from Mr. Simpson before a call was placed by one of the detectives to him?
Yes.
That's what you, okay.
Yes.
May I have a moment, Your Honor? All right, you're familiar with your father's phone number, correct?
Yes.
All right. And that's no longer the number, right?
Yes.
Okay. And your phone number also, from your room, that's no longer your phone number either, correct?
Yes.
So it's safe to mention these numbers now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you also familiar with Cato Kalin's phone number, what used to be back there at Rockingham?
No.
But he had his own phone, is that right?
Yes.
And it rang in his room, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And there was a separate phone number for the main house, is that right?
Yes.
Now, I believe it was your testimony that you spoke to Mr. Simpson 3 times on June the 13th, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And once was when you were in the kitchen, he called in?
Yes.
And once was when he called in and you were on your way to your room and it was in the TV room?
Yes.
And once was in your room?
Yes.
Okay.
Oral.
Absolutely, Jude.
Okay, Your Honor, I have here a phone record from Air Touch. I'd like to show the witness. I'd ask that it be marked. Actually, I think it's already. I'm sure it is. I'll mark it again. People's next in order. 490?
489.
489.
I'm just so happy I'm wrong. I love it. I love it. It's not that big of a paper. Come on, guys. Let's go. Yeah, the OJ murder trial. Oh, we were distracted too, John. So none of us here heard what happened in the last 40 minutes. But good news is nothing happened because Marcia was just asking BS questions. Repeatedly, in different ways, and getting objected to.
Testimony earlier that all of those calls were made by Mr. Simpson from Chicago, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you people's 489.
Okay, I gotta ask. I'm not being rude, but I need to know.
Okay.
Is she pregnant? Did she get pregnant during this trial? Is she pregnant right now? Or is that just a very loose fitting and she's not, doesn't normally wear loose fitting? I have to ask because I have to know because it keeps
Slide over there.
popping through my brain.
There we go.
I know,
All right.
man, I know.
Now, you see, these are, just for your information, Ms. Simpson, this is the phone calls placed from your father's cell phone from Chicago on the date of June the 13th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the phone numbers there listed?
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the man by the name of Skip Taft, correct?
Yes, I
You indicated
said
that was
yes.
your father's lawyer?
Absolutely,
Yes.
Jude.
Okay,
Thank you,
recognize the
thank
phone numbers
you.
on this bill?
Absolutely. You can post whatever you want in Discord. Kinda.
You can direct the arrow. See that arrow up there?
No.
You don't recognize it?
No.
You don't know
Unless
them
it's-
offhand?
Is it his home or office number?
Either one.
I only know the office number.
Okay. Do you recognize one of these numbers as his office number?
No.
Okay. Do you have any record with you, a phone book like the one you had on June the 13th that would refresh your recollection as to what his phone numbers are?
I know the office number by heart.
Okay. And do you see his office number here?
No.
Are you worried about the? Yeah. Let me just cover all of the ones now. Try it one more time. And then I'll just show it to you. Okay. There's only one number showing now. The number in the main house, the prefix, do you recall whether it was 476?
Yes.
Okay, and since that's no longer the number, the full number for the main house was at 476-4619?
Yes.
All right. 4619, yeah. Okay, now the number that we're showing here on the screen on people's 489, 476-1706, do you recognize that as being Cato Kalin's phone number in his room?
No.
All right. Now, you indicated that there was a call received in your house. Let me just show this to you. Tell me if you recognize any of the phone numbers on this bill on People's 489 as a phone number that would go into the main house with Mr. Simpson as of June the 13th.
Into
June the 13th, as of June the 13th.
no.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show you now. The phone calls registered for his hotel room in Chicago.
Okay.
Mr. Cochran, you have a copy of these?
I'm going to show it to make sure. He does, but
All right.
Okay, I've had enough for her. I just can't. Nope. Not today. We did 2 hours and this is the limit I have for her. The limit. Wasting our freaking time with these stupid freaking questions that prove absolutely nothing about nothing about nothing. Okay, Johnny's questions were no better. They proved nothing about nothing about nothing. But I don't care about his golf swing. I don't care about his golf swing. I don't. Nothing. It contributed nothing at all. And wasted all of that time when we could have got to the juicy stuff. How often have you seen your father strike the victim in the past? I mean, that seems like a pretty freaking good question, right? How often did they fight? How often did he raise his voice? How often do you remember she called the police on him? Those questions would have been freaking nice. Do you remember your father outside chipping a golf ball? Come on. What do you mean, do you remember your father outside chipping a golf ball? Who cares? Who cares? What time did you get there after you left your friend's house? Who cares? I don't care if she got there at 5:30. I don't care. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything. All right. My job has been down since last week. I've been off work these last, I don't know how many days. I think 4 or 5. And now I'm going back to work, and it's a packed house, so I have to start early today. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to go get ready for work. And you guys are going to have a great day, because it's a good freaking day, let me tell you. I'll talk to you all in a couple hours. Behave, okay? Bye, guys. Bye, Michael. I know you're gone, but bye, Michael.